everyone, my name is Kelsey and I run a small crochet business called Cozy Panda Crafts, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be talking about my market recap from my first outdoor market, and it's what I've talked about in my last couple of market prep videos, so I'm very excited to share results with you. Also, I apologize for it coming out a week later. I did go on a small vacation last weekend. I went to LA for the first time, and that was a lot of fun. I went to KCON, which is like a K-pop music festival, if you're familiar with it, and I had a lot of fun. But because of that, I was pretty occupied and wasn't able to film and put out the video in time for last Friday, so I am talking about this a bit later. But yeah, I'm super excited to share my results with you, and then I got something for my business, which I'll show at the end of my video. But let's get started. So I wasn't able to take a lot of footage from the market. I'm not going to lie, it was pretty slow. So this was my first time doing an outdoor market, and it was hot outside because there's been a lot of heat waves on the East Coast, and obviously across the country. And so, but it wasn't like scalding, which I was very thankful for. And then under the tent, I was like all chill. But I'm also a very awkward person, and so my booth neighbor was like right next to me, and she was also super nice, but I was really awkward, so I didn't really record much footage with them. I'm really sorry for it. Okay. But I'll insert some footage that my mom took of me here to send to my aunt. But yeah, you can see what I was doing. I was mainly just crocheting, honestly, behind there. Like I said earlier, the market itself was pretty slow. A lot of people didn't know we were going to be there, at least the people who were coming up to my booth. And there were also like 5 other crocheters. I think there were 6 of us in total. I know the organizer tried to spread us out as much as possible. I just didn't know what I was getting myself into because I had never been to this area, and it's also a bit far from me. But it was at a time when I was looking for markets that I, hoped I could get into, and then I just got into this one. So I didn't really, ask, oh, are there going to be other crocheters and that kind of stuff. So that is totally on me, but to be fair, this was still my best market to date, which is kind of crazy when you think about it, because it was super slow, and also because there were so many other crocheters, but I was just very happy with how I did, actually. And then here I'm going to insert a picture, of my booth setup. So basically, I tried to organize kind of thematically in like the little cubes, and then those same grid cubes, I took one and then I used that I took like three and I used them for the keychains. And so I apologize for the ding. That was that my Michael's order is ready. Don't buy more yarn, it said. Buy more yarn. But to be fair, it was $2, and that's on coupons, and also a $5 reward that Michael's decided to give me. Sorry, I got distracted. Anyways, so I used that grid wall for all my keychains. I made a little paper sign just because I didn't have enough time to print at home. So that's kind of how my setup went. Usually I only have the 6 foot. I'm pretty sure my table is 6 foot long. And that's why I have the cute black tablecloth that I found in, I think it was Home Goods. But that's on me for not buying multiple. So then that small table, I realized that I would need more space just because of what I was envisioning before I got to the market. So we also pulled out the smaller table, which I made it in kind of like an L shape. And I think that worked really well. I just wish I kind of had more space, or had a different way to organize the cubes, just because I was in an awkward corner. As you can see in the picture, that little space at the end is kind of for me. So I was in an awkward corner, and sometimes the customers would be all the way up by the keychains, and I can't really go over there too quick. So I think for the next one, I'm gonna try to find a way where there's a hole in the middle for me, and then they're kind of built around. So we'll see how that goes. I'm also thinking about how to organize that a bit more. I also the morning of, I bought these hand sanitizers. I wanted to be fancy. I got calming lavender because I hate the smell of regular hand sanitizer. I was like, let me get some with essential oils that aren't like too strong, you know? So got this one, and it was actually buy one get another one free, so that was great for me. So I ended up getting 2 of those, and then I just put one on each side of the table. I actually made a sign that was like, you can touch, just make sure your hands are clean. And I put that just as a precaution, because a lot of times kids will come up and touch and their parents will be like, oh, don't be touching, whatever. And it's like, the point of shopping for crochet plushies, at least in my opinion, is that you can be able to like pet it and squish it and touch it. So I'm okay with that, as long as, you know, the kids don't have like food on their hands, you know what I mean? So that's why I wanted to make a little sign just saying that, because then also the kids don't get in trouble by their parents for like not doing anything wrong. But then at the same time, just so parents are aware that like, please don't let your children touch with dirty hands. But yeah, so other than that, there was like some nice conversations, you know, with some of the people coming and passing by. And I feel like I'm awkward. Like, I've worked in like customer service positions before, but I still feel a little awkward interacting with people, so that's nice. Like, trying to get out there more. And especially my upcoming market is, it's about like 7 hours long, so I need to like mentally prepare for it. And I'm pretty excited. That one's gonna be in a park, so hopefully there'll be a lot more traffic, because it is in a park and it's on a Saturday. I feel like sometimes people will go away on Sundays, so I think that'll work as well. And now let's get into sales, because I'm sure that's what you are all here for, wanting to know like what I sold and all that kind of stuff. And if I have a picture of the item, I'll insert it here so you can see like what the item was I sold, and then also the price of it as well. So I made a little graph, which I will insert here. Basically, more than half of my sales were keychains, as I suspected. I'm still really glad that I focused on making a bunch of keychains at the end, because they really helped my sales. And then other than that, about 30% were medium-sized plushies, so that's anything usually between like 15 and 25. And then small plushies, which I didn't have many of, I sold like 20%. So keychains I sold 11, medium plushies I sold 6, and then small plushies I sold 4. The market was basically 5 hours long. It was from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. And like I said, there was not a lot of traffic, but a lot of people came towards the end. So I actually had a lot of my sales towards the end of my market. Like, I'm talking last 2 hours, last 30 minutes even, which was kind of funny. Because my dad, like, it was his, obviously my parents haven't done this ever, and I haven't either. So, but my dad was really like rushing us towards the end to pack up, because a lot of people packed up early since it was really slow. There wasn't a lot of people coming, but I made like at least 4 sales in the last 30 minutes. And like, as we're packing up, you know, even some people come to my table and I'm like, we're just taking the, you know, grid blocks down. I was like, you can still look. And they bought stuff for me. And then I turned around to my dad and I'm like, see, this is why we have to be patient. So that's one thing too. It's sometimes with slow markets, you might get a lot more people at the end. But obviously if your market is super, super dead, like, it sometimes won't be worth it. Like, our organizer was nice because some people left early because they really were not doing well. Like, one of my booth neighbors, I think they had like 2 customers, and then they left because it just wasn't worth it to stay in the heat when like nobody's coming. But I think it's really like, you know, it's luck at this point when it is that slow. But I was like fine with it, and you know, even with the other crocheters I did pretty well. So I sold 20 items. In my, like, you'll see in my graph it'll add to 21, and that's because my coworker bought a plushie for me the day after, so I was just including it in that data because she saw it after seeing the like picture I took of my setup. So now we're gonna get into the individual plushies that I sold, and I tend not to make too much of the same pattern just because I like to bounce around when I'm crocheting, so I don't like to make too much of the same pattern. Sometimes I'll get a little like bored, so And that's why I have a lot more like individualized stuff than multiples usually. And then, so we'll talk about what my graph says I sold. I sold my Charmander. He was the first one to go. Somebody picked it up and they were like, okay, I'll get it. And I was like, okay, cool. And then I sold one of my gummy bears that I made into keychains. So I was glad I did that. The mom was like, she loves gummy bears. And I was like, this is so cute. I'm so glad. I sold two flower cats, my sunflower and my white, like lily flower cat. Those both went. I sold my Pikachu. So I was actually finishing up a Pikachu at the market. I had to like sew everything together because for me sometimes sewing is can be a little painful. So I was doing that at the market to kill time because it was very slow. And then but I already had a Pikachu out. So then this family, they had come first and then they were like, no, because you already bought like a Pokeball somewhere else. And then they come back. I had finished the second Pikachu. The girl is like, oh, it's tinier. And I was like, oh no. I accidentally, like, I was too tight with the tension for that one. So it came out tinier than the one I had. So then they got that one. But it was fine. She was happy. She had a Pikachu shirt on. It was so cute. So I was happy to sell my Pikachu. Then I sold two Octos, two Duck in the Hat keychains, my Blueberry. I sold two baby whales. Oh, three baby whales actually. I sold my mini bee, which just came out smaller because I was trying out different bee keychain patterns the night before. I sold my jumbo bunny, which I had made for Easter, so I was glad to get rid of it. I sold a hatching chick, which is actually a free pattern by Hooks and Healers, one of my favorite crochet YouTubers. But the pattern didn't really do well at my markets, which is kind of sad because it is adorable. But I'm glad I finally sold that one. I sold a strawberry keychain. I sold my chunky cat, the black one. Actually, the person who was organizing the event, she was like, it looks like my cat. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it looks like your cat. So she ended up buying it because it looked like your cat, which I thought was really cute. And then somebody bought my white hen. That was the last of my hens, and that's like the popular pattern by Oak and Marlowe. And then my coworker saw my setup. I showed her a picture. I was like, oh, look at the market I did this weekend. And then she ended up buying my purple Peep. So I was very happy that my market caused another sale at the end. But yeah, those are all the items I sold. Some of these I probably won't be making again for a while. The white hens, I kind of discontinued hens, although they're adorable. But I feel like almost everyone has hens, like other crocheters, especially when I'm in an event with other crocheters, hens are incredibly popular. Like this market, what was really popular were turtles and Pokeballs, which is kind of funny considering I didn't have Pokeballs, but I had Pokemon. And then some people had Pokeballs, but they didn't have Pokemon, so I found that kind of funny. But those are like some really popular patterns. Obviously, the cats. That's why I also try to make like more like quirky cats, like strawberry, watermelon, and that kind of stuff. Just because I know the cats are incredibly popular. And then which one I might be making again? Hatching Chick. I still have two of those, so I don't need to make that again. And the Jumbo Bunny, that was me messing around with Michael's like Sweet Snuggles yarn and how big the pattern would turn out to be if I did it in that yarn. And I probably wouldn't make one again because that one also took a while to sell. The blueberry, I'm still kind of feeling off on the blueberries. I'm not sure. Maybe I'll make enough because I have that blue yarn and I need to get rid of it. Pikachu, I still have one, so I won't make another Pikachu for now. And then I'm going to make another Charmander, definitely. The unicorn was a free pattern that I was testing out. I wasn't a super fan of it, so I probably will make it again. So that's also why I like having different stuff, because at the end of the day, those people got like a unique item that I might not make again. And so now I'm just prepping for the next one. And so next week you'll see my market prep video, and then also me cramming once again the night before for my next market, because it won't be this weekend, but August 10th is my next outdoor market in the park. So I'm pretty excited for that, but I'll see you next week for more stuff on that. And yeah, let me go get the package that just arrived. And I'm super excited to show you this item I got for my business and for my market next time. So here's the package I just got, and it's gonna elevate my booth for next one. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited, guys. I'm so excited. Oh my god. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Oh my god, it's so cute. Oh my god. Oh, sorry. Sorry, you guys. I promise I'll show you. Look! This is, I got a runner for my table, but look how cute it is. Oh my god, you can see like my social media stuff right there. My logo. It says handmade crochet plushies. And then this is a little thing that says like handmade with love. Yes. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. And then on like the green part, it's kind of hard to see, but there has also like this like border design, and then the heart like yarn, and then regular yarn. I'm so sorry, guys. My texts keep coming. But oh my god, it's so beautiful. I'm so happy. So what happened is that after the market I went to, I saw like the other boots, and I was like, what I'm really missing is like something that's more indicative of my brand. Especially as a crocheter in what is like a saturated market right now. So I was like, let me get a runner. I reached out to Jupiitermakes, and I was like, hey, like what kind of like banners do you use? And they were like super helpful, and told me like I got a runner, didn't know how to feel about it, but then I had a banner, and I was like weighing the two, and just because of like the income I'm making from my markets, I was like a runner would make more sense, but I would have to opt for like a bigger runner, which is what you saw. It's a 30 by 60. So then I reached out to my friend Angel. I was like, hey bestie, help me design my banner, because like I can be okay with design, but like her eyes are really good for this kind of stuff. And so I like showed her some ideas, and I was like, I'm thinking about this, and then she helped me put it together. We used Canva, and then I just found this person on Etsy. And basically you can pick, there's like 3 different levels of what's it called, of the different price points for your banner. Like you pick the size, that's one price point, and then if you want like a revision, or if you want help with the design, like the shop I bought from also does that. I'll link them in the description below. And I was just like, just print, like literally just print my design, it's okay, because I was like, if it comes out good, it comes out good. Just because I was already operating on a tighter budget, but it looks beautiful. I'm so excited. I might have to change tablecloths if I think it's looking a little too much with like the patterned black tablecloth, but I'm honestly so happy with my runner. It's beautiful. Like I'm in awe of how beautiful it is. But anyways, that was like the surprise at the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. Also, if you stayed all the way to the end, I apologize if you watched last week's video and the audio was a little crunchy. I didn't realize my camera sounds like that, because on my laptop it was fine, and in my headphones it was fine, but then I heard it on my phone and I was like, that's not fine. So I apologize for that. Going forward, I will make sure that like that quality is the best, and I've gone back to recording on my iPhone because somehow that is better than my camera. Oh, my camera's a little old, so that's on me too. But anyways, thank you so much. Comment below, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.